So I hear in American media all the time that the Muslims are the real problem and that they're the ones driving out the Christians from the occupied territories and the rest of the Middle East, and that Israel is their friend. And but you know what? They can't protect them from all those dirty terrorist Muslims. And I don't know what the reality is. You live there, I didn't. So what's the reality?
So I can tell you what the numbers says first, and then I can tell you my personal experience. So on numbers, the Palestinian Center for Surveys and Policies, run by Dr. Khalil Shaqaqi, has asked this question to about 1,000 Palestinian Christians, which is a sample in which the error for the number would be like a -3 error. So this is a very accurate numbers, and all the people who asked the questions were Christians, and they made sure they're Christians to make sure we get the right results. So number one for the reasons why Christians are leaving Palestine, that includes East Jerusalem, West Bank, and Gaza, was giving due to economical difficulties caused by the occupation. Number two is due to the Israeli occupation forces violent toward them. Number three is due to Israeli settler terrorism that is fighting Christians over and over again. And then when it comes to the whole question of the Muslims, they found that majority of Christians in Palestine don't feel threatened by the Muslims, but they found that a significant minority feel threatened, and that is a concerning in itself. About 40% feel that there is certain level of faith, and that's concerning, but it's not by any measure the majority of issues. That being said, that's different than asking question about how they feel toward what so-called Islamist movements like Hamas and others. For example, the same survey find about 65% of Christians feel threatened by the existence of Islamist groups. And why they feel threatened by what so-called Islamist groups? Because basically we do have a secular nationalism in Palestine, a secular government that is the Palestinian Authority, under which Palestinian Christians are treated completely equally. Under another, political parties such as Hamas and Islamist and others, although they wouldn't persecute Christians per se, but they would Islamize the public square, and that makes Christians feel unsafe to a certain level. So that has been the numbers. These are the actual numbers, and I can tell you from my personal experience. I lived in Gaza all my life, and it's a majority Muslim area. I did face sometimes like stupid, ignorant questions from certain Muslims. It's the same as growing up like a Jewish person in the South in America. Probably people would ask you and look at you and ask you dumb questions. However, I haven't faced any hatred overall by the Muslims there, but I did face certain level of pressure toward Islamization after the Hamas takeover. That's not good, and Christians obviously don't support an Islamist group. But the whole argument that the Muslims are the problem for the Christians in the region cannot pass the any rigorous test.
So yeah, I want to ask two questions about that. So I totally get what you're saying. So for example, I grew up Muslim, but I'm atheist now. So I wouldn't really want fundamentalist Muslims running the place I live either, right? And so that's Hamas, as opposed to, as you're saying, the Palestinian Authority, which is not fundamentalist Muslim, that runs the West Bank, right? And so that makes